everyone. I'm Dr. Anita Robertson. I am your instructor for this class. I know this is day 3 of the class. I'm hoping that gave you time to look through the class, look at the syllabus, look at the course schedule, look at the assignments, and hopefully by now you've kind of familiarized yourself with what's expected throughout the course of this class. Actually, it's just day 2. It's Tuesday, isn't it? In my mind, it was Wednesday. So by Thursday, you need to submit your course acknowledgement form to me. And you also need to have your introduction posted by Thursday. And that should just be a Prezi introducing yourself. That'll be on the discussion board, and there's explanation of it there. Your APA formatting quiz will close on Sunday, so that's one of the things you need to watch the videos about APA and familiarize yourself with that. And by tomorrow, on Wednesday, you need to have selected your personal behavior that you're going to be attempting to change. Now, when I say that, I'm talking about your final project, which is you're going to use applied behavioral analysis to change or modify a personal behavior of yours. So you will do a functional behavior assessment, behavior intervention plan, and a written report of the results. There are sample projects listed here. You are going to, there's not a set functional behavioral assessment for you to use, but you're going to look at, choose a behavior that you have. I would prefer you don't use weight loss because there's really just not enough time in the course to achieve any weight loss of any significance. You could use, if you wanted drinking water, you need to increase your water intake. Or if you needed to decrease your eating of snacks. One of the things I do is chew on ink pens and pencils, so I might want to decrease that. Choose a behavior that you want to change. It could be something you wanted to increase, increase or decrease. Increase water intake, decrease eating of snacks. But you choose the behavior, just not weight loss. You want to increase your exercise routine, walking every day. And then you're going to do an analysis of your own behavior. What are the antecedents? If it's a behavior you're wanting to decrease, what are the antecedents to the behavior? What causes you to behave this way? Or if you're eating snacks, what is making you eat snacks? Is it when you're bored? Is it when you're stressed? Look at those things. And then the behavior itself and then the consequences. Well, if you're snacks, the consequences are you're eating more snacks. If you're wanting to decrease water, why do you not drink water? Why are you not drinking enough water every day? Is it because you just don't think about it? Is it because you're not thirsty? Is it because you don't like water? Is it because you drink too many sodas? So maybe instead of increasing water, you want to work on decreasing the soda. But you're going to look at these things, and then you're going to come up with a behavior plan. Are you going to reward yourself? Are you going to punish yourself? You don't really want to work with punishment. You want to work with positive reinforcement. So be thinking about that, ways that you can keep track of your behaviors and how you're going to reward yourself. Are you going to reward yourself daily? Or are you going to reward yourself weekly? That's your plan. You have to come up with that. Say I wanted to decrease my soda intake, and I normally drink 2 sodas a day, and I wanted to decrease that. Well, I'm only drinking 2 a day, so if I could get it down to 1 a day during the first week, I'm going to reward myself each day by putting, $5 in a jar. And the second week, I want to get it down to 0 sodas maybe. You want to be realistic. So you're going to look at that and how you're going to reward yourself. And then is there going to be some negative reinforcements? If I drink 2 sodas, or if I drink 3, what am I going to do? Am I going to take money out of the jar and donate it to a charity? Just some kind, you need a reinforcement, but you also need to know what you're going to do if you don't meet your goal, if you don't meet your daily goal or weekly goal, however. So those are just some examples off the top of my head. But I need to know what behavior you're going to target. I need to know that by tomorrow, because this is a short session. We don't have 8 weeks of class like we do a lot of times. In the summer, the classes are much shorter. So you need to have a behavior by tomorrow. Submit your behavior tomorrow. Let me know. Then you can have a week of keeping your baseline data. Then you can keep your baseline data for a week, and then you're going to have 3 weeks experimentation, and then you can, or 3, maybe 4. I'm not sure what the calendar allows for. And then you're going to write your paper about it. Like I said, there are some samples here. Just because I've shown samples, it doesn't mean they're necessarily A projects. They're just examples. You have your rubric, how it's going to be, that'll show you how it's going to be evaluated. You've got a data collection sheet that you can use. Actually, I don't see that attached. I might have to, well, maybe it is. Yeah, it's here. So you've got the data collection sheet for your personal behavior. If you don't want to use this one, that's fine. If you find something better to use, that's fine. This one is just here for you if you want it. And my computer's being contrary and not wanting to open it. Maybe it'll open now. I think I have too many things open and it's not wanting to cooperate. But anyway, it's there. Here it is. So target behavior. This is pretty simple to use, so it might be something that you might want to stick with this one. But like I said, you don't have to. But it has a place for your target behavior, your overall goal, your daily or weekly goal, plan of action, what's your intervention, is it going to be positive reinforcement, is it going to be negative reinforcement, is it going to be a combination of the two? It can be one or the other or both. And how are you going to collect data? And so that should make it pretty simple for you to keep track of that. Let's go back to our Start Here documents. Okay, so I had the schedule up. So, just let me know your behaviors tomorrow, and if there's a problem, I'll let you know. I've had people wanting to increase their daily exercise. I've had people wanting to increase their water intake. I've had people wanting to decrease their snacking or their drinking soft drinks or whatever. Whatever behavior you choose, except for weight loss. We just don't have enough time to do that. So then we have discussion post every week. You need to submit your initial post by Saturday every week so that your classmates have time to respond. You have to respond to 2 peers every week. And if you wait till Sunday to post, then your peers don't have time. Ideally, you'll post before Saturday. So everybody has time to really have a good discussion. IRIS modules, and you're continuing to collect data every week. discussion board on the second, module 3, discussion board. There's an exam. I do not require the use of the remote proctor or Respondus lockdown during this exam, during any of my exams on this class. So you don't have to worry about that. The exams are open book notes, whatever. You don't have to sign in. You don't have to videotape yourself. I have the signature project due during module 3. That is so I can have time to grade them all, because if you're submitting videos 15, 20 minutes long, and I forget how many of you there are in the class, but it's a lot of videos for me to watch. I realize that some people have not submitted to IRB yet, and you have not conducted your study. And if you haven't conducted the project, if you haven't implemented the project, you can't do a presentation on the data from the completed project. So you got to get started. You got to submit to IRB immediately. You should have done that as soon as you finished your research class, but apparently that wasn't clear, and so you need to get it done. And I've got a video on the signature project in the announcements. If you don't have time, or you can't get to students to complete your project this summer and you haven't already completed it, we'll probably have to look at doing it and giving you an incomplete and you finishing it after the class. I know most of you don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. But maybe you can get access to students and you can get through the IRB. Or maybe some of you have already completed the project. I don't know. So email me if you're concerned, if you have submitted to IRB, if you don't think you're going to be able to get the project done during this term. Let's talk about it. It's EDS students that have to implement their project. So if you are an Alt A student or a Master of Education student and you're in this class, email me and let me know, and we'll talk about what you have to do. Okay, so that being said, I have the signature project due the 3rd module, but I realize some of you may not be able to do that, and that's fine. I'm not going to deduct for late submission. If you need more time to work on it because you're completing the project, if you've already completed the project, you should be able to get the presentation in by July 16th. But if you're having to do your study, you may not be able to. And if that's the case, I will take it later. Just remember, I have to have time to grade them. So that being said, Module 3, the exam, the signature project, unless you're not finished with it, and then, like I said, we'll take it later. Module 4, you have exam 2. If you have the book, read the chapters. If you have not bought the book, the PowerPoints are on Blackboard, and you can watch them. The chapter PowerPoints, all the chapter PowerPoints are right here. So you can watch those, and you should be able to do okay on the exams with that. Most weeks, main thing you have is your discussion board and maybe an IRIS module here and there and an exam or two. What you're going to be working on most of the class is your project and your behavioral analysis project, your signature project and your behavioral analysis project. But those are pretty big projects, so you need to be working on them. You need to get those started as soon as possible. The different weeks are not overloaded with assignments, mainly because you have an ongoing project and then the signature project. You just have the discussion boards week. Module 2 and Module 3, you have discussion boards. Module 2, you have an IRIS module. Then you have your exams. Yeah, there's not a lot of assignments in this class, but the assignments that are there are big.